Libra, what if your greatest strength, your relentless pursuit of harmony, has been quietly building the blueprint for a justice so complete it rewrites your entire story? Today, we move beyond daily horoscopes. We are deciphering a profound astrological and karmic process unfolding in your life right now. This is about Libra's cardinal air energy, your innate drive to initiate balance, finally turning inward to architect a peace that cannot be disturbed. Let's first understand the astrological why. As a Venus-ruled sign, your core nature is relational, aesthetic, and valuing. Psychologically, this often manifests as a highly developed theory of mind, an innate ability to understand and prioritize the perspectives and feelings of others. This is a gift, but when imbalanced, it creates a specific wound, the empathy gap, where your deep understanding of others is not reciprocated, leaving you emotionally depleted. That emptiness you feel, it's not a personal failing. Energetically, it's the result of a one-way flow. Imagine your energy as a brilliant, nourishing light. You've been projecting it onto others, helping them grow, while your own inner garden received only the shadow. The educational insight here is about energetic reciprocity, a universal law. Nature exists in exchange, breath for breath, nutrient for nutrient. You've been in a deficit, and your spirit is now initiating a profound correction. Let's analyze a common Libra pattern. Think of the times you mediated a conflict, absorbing the tension so others could find peace. Psychologically, this acts as emotional labor. You became the free therapist, the conflict resolution specialist. Now, recall the partners or friends who presented you with constant chaos. Astrologically, this often attracts Mars-dominated or Plutonic energies who subconsciously use your harmony-seeking nature to regulate their own intensity. They came to you for atmospheric processing, relying on your Venusian grace to calm their storms, without ever learning to self-regulate. You offered a high-value service, peace. You were paid in the currency of drama and neglect. This isn't just unfair, it's a violation of the energetic law of equal exchange. The question haunting you, will they ever see, is actually your soul's intelligence begging for that law to be enforced. And now it is. The current celestial climate, particularly the ongoing Pluto transit and the role of Saturn in your sector of self, is acting as the cosmic auditor. Its answer is not a maybe. It is a definitive, mathematical yes. They will be presented with the bill. But how? Not through a dramatic confrontation you script in your mind. Their realization will manifest as a pervasive, unsettling quiet. This is because you have begun the most psychologically advanced practice a Libra can master: strategic withdrawal. Let's break this down educationally. In systems theory, every system seeks homeostasis, balance. You have been the primary regulator in your relational systems, constantly adjusting your behavior to maintain peace. By withdrawing that regulatory energy, by stopping the texts, the checking in, the accommodating, you collapse the old system. The other parties must now confront the raw, unmediated reality of their own emotional states. Without your Venusian buffer, their internal chaos has nowhere to go. This is the void they feel. It's not your absence of drama, it's their presence with themselves, which they've avoided through you. This isn't anger. Anger is still engagement, a form of fiery Martian connection. What you are mastering is cardinal air in its pure form, the power to intellectually discern, decide, and initiate a new state of being without needing the other party's agreement or even their notice. It's the quiet closing of a diplomatic channel. It is sovereignty. Now, they experience the data. Their emotional environment lacks your harmonizing frequency. They might seek substitutes, new people, old vices, noise. But it's like trying to replace a symphony with a single repetitive note. It doesn't work because your energy provided a complex, stabilizing resonance they can't replicate. This brings us to the inevitable phase, the karmic echo. In the coming weeks, as personal planets activate your sector of past connections, you'll witness what I term the resonance test. These are not coincidences. Energetically, when you significantly shift your frequency, it creates a dissonance for those still tuned to your old channel. Their reappearance, a text, a memory, a random encounter, is their subconscious seeking to re-establish the old signal to resolve the dissonance. It's an attempt to reboot the system you wisely shut down. Here is the critical educational distinction you must make. This is not a love signal, it is a stability signal. They aren't reaching for you, the sovereign individual. They are reaching for the function you served, their external emotional regulator. It's the difference between someone missing you and someone missing the peace you provided. One is relational, the other is utilitarian. Your ancient wound-based instinct might be to engage to seek closure, which is often just a disguised hope for validation. Your evolved, crowned instinct knows that in this dynamic, silence is not an absence of communication. It is the most potent communication possible. It broadcasts one clear message: the system is permanently offline. Self-regulate. Your serene detachment is the final, unassailable verdict. It proves a profound psychological truth. You were never a prisoner in their story. You were the container holding a dysfunctional dynamic. By changing your shape, by focusing on your own growth, hobbies, finances, and joy, you stopped being a container for their chaos. They are now left holding the contents themselves. This is their lesson to integrate. They will predictably test your new boundaries. They will use empathy bait, phrases specifically designed to trigger your Libran compassion and value for reconciliation. I've hit rock bottom. You're the only one who gets me. I see everything clearly now. Let's deconstruct this linguistically and psychologically. These statements are often performative admissions, not transformative realizations. They focus on their pain, their need, and their new perspective. They are not statements of accountability for your past pain. The subtext remains: my discomfort is paramount. Please return to regulate it. When you hear this, I want you to engage a cognitive tool. Specific memory anchoring. Don't just recall you were hurt. Recall the specific sensory detail of the neglect, the exact tone of a dismissive phrase, the precise feeling in your stomach when a promise broke, the actual color of the wall you stared at while crying alone. This anchors you in the tangible reality of the past, protecting you from the seductive, vague nostalgia of their words. The you who accepted those conditions is not here anymore. You have undergone what in-depth psychology is called psychic death and rebirth. The old relational paradigm has died. You are in your rebirth phase. Let's build an educational metaphor to fortify your resolve. You are not a person to them right now. You are an institution. Imagine you were the central bank of peace, freely lending your emotional and spiritual currency to individuals with terrible credit, no collateral, no repayment plan. They lived lavishly on your credit, depreciated its value, and defaulted. You have now wisely revoked their banking licenses. You've ceased all loans. You are focusing on building your own internal gold reserves, your self-love, your peace, your joy. They are now outside the gates, feeling the inflation of their own emotional debt, the quiet, the cold they feel. That's the sound of their spiritual bankruptcy. Do not issue a humanitarian loan out of pity. Pity in this context is a failure to respect the financial, energetic rules you've newly established. Their journey is to learn fiscal responsibility for their own emotional state. Your journey is to enjoy the profound wealth of your own sovereignty. So when the past pings your notification center, do not feel anxiety. Feel the quiet thrill of empirical confirmation. Smile. That smile is the data point proving your hypothesis correct. You are complete without them. You will discover you feel a neutral observant space. In meditation terms, this is non-attached awareness. The emotional charge, the love, the hate, the hurt, has dissipated. What remains is the clear, factual knowledge of your own worth. This is true liberation. You are Libra, the scales. But the scales are no longer measuring your worth against their attention. They are calibrating your internal ecosystem. Does this thought, this habit, this potential connection bring me to a state of harmonious equilibrium? You are the judge, the jury, and the blessed peace of the verdict, all in one. If this deep dive into the astrological and psychological mechanics of your transformation resonates, affirm your commitment to this new path by liking this video. It tells the algorithm and mystic Zodiac prophecy that you value content that empowers through understanding, not just prediction. Now, let's codify this learning. Go to the comments. Write this psychological anchor. My equilibrium is self-sourced. My narrative is mine to write. Writing this does two things. It engages your kinesthetic learning, solidifying the concept, and it publicly declares your new boundary to your own subconscious and the collective energy field. Share this with any Libra friend ready to graduate from cyclical pain to conscious peace. You are not a rehabilitation center for someone else's emotional immaturity. You are a living university, and the most important subject you will ever master is yourself. You are whole. You are the author. You are the priceless artifact they can now only read about in the footnotes of their own regret. And that specific, elegant distance is the highest form of education they will ever receive. Class dismissed.